Hello everyone, welcome to the Electric SuperCar channel. Today's episode we're going to reveal our next build. Let's get to it. For today's sponsor, we have a water purifier. So I'm going to tell you some of the features while you watch me install this. This is the TOKIT AkuaPure U2 under-sink reverse osmosis water purifier. This has an ultra-high flow rate to make sure that you've got access to filtered water at the flip of a switch. Strontium-enriched mineralization technology delivers mineral water with healthful benefits and superior taste. Tastes pretty good. All right, here is the sink of choice. This sink, we actually have a little spray nozzle. I think we might try and put it right here. The reverse osmosis filtration process boasts up to 0.1 nanometers. So this effectively removes bacteria and other impurities that can be visibly seen in water. The tankless design saves space and prevents contamination. All right, it just took the water off, and this one doesn't fit, but they do provide adapters. They do fit. So we just connect the drain, and then the other ones are the ones we've attached under the sink. So we'll go ahead and put this whole unit under the sink. So there it is under the sink. You can see it really doesn't take much space and not a lot of extra hoses. So let's go ahead and turn it on. When you need to change filters, this front panel just comes off. And yeah, I think you just do a half turn and pull out, put a new filter. Okay. So there's that one and that one. Okay, this is the double filtered. I mean, it tastes good. If under your sink just doesn't quite fit for this application, they also have a countertop version. So I plugged it in and it's doing its thing. All right, and it's starting to fill up. They're calling this one the purified bucket. So this will fill all the way up, and then basically you can take this and fill up cups like at a dinner table. This has also just got a water dispenser, so you can pick what size. It's like 4 ounces, 8 ounces, 12, 17, and you just push that button and hold the cup under there and it'll dispense that much. So it looks like it's drawing it out of this chamber. There you go. I think it tastes pretty good. So if you're interested in water purification or just better tasting water, I'll leave a link in the video description below. As you probably saw from the last episode, the MGA, we're kind of wrapping it up. We've got everything pretty much done, ready to send back to the customer. So one last thing I did is I mounted this handbrake. I didn't put much of that on video. That was kind of the last thing. I've got a metal plate under there, some fasteners here. This is a unique one. It kind of is backwards from, I'll say, a traditional one, where you go up and you actually have to push this in to lock it like that. So then it's locked, and then to unlock it, you just pull it and then put it back down. But we got that one in place. So that was kind of the last thing we wanted to do. We're arranging transportation back to the customer. So that's good to go. We got the MGA all packed up, ready to go. So today the company is going to be picking up the car, taking it back to the customer.
Loaded up the MGA. It's on its way out. We rolled it all the way from the house over here.
This is the next build. This is a 2006 Jeep Cherokee. All right, the interior looks really nice. That's right, guys. This is a CD player. Can you even read that? 188,000 miles. So this one's gonna get a new lease on life. Looks really good. A quick drive. All right. We'll give this a quick 0 to 60. Okay, ready? 0, full blast. We'll start the timer sometime. Still not quite there. 60, okay. That had to be like 13 to 15 seconds, something like that. So I'll say the handling's pretty good. It's very responsive. Nothing in the steering seems out of whack. Brakes are good. So just give it a drive. It's actually really good condition. Suspension, steering, brakes all seem really good. So I think this will be a great candidate for a great build. So of course the questions come up, what is the plan for this one? The customer would like this to be a dual motor build. So both front axle and rear axle will be driven axles. We're leaning towards Tesla for those drive units, but we need to kind of get under it and make sure that's still a good plan. Depending on space and things, the hub width, I'll call it, is roughly the same size as current Tesla models, so it might be something we can swap out the entire subframe. That way we get new brakes as well as suspension and the motor. So we'll see though. This vehicle is relatively new. It's got a lot of modern features. It has seat heaters, things like that. So we're gonna try and maintain all the modern amenities. We'll probably even add some. This one's got a CD disc player. So we might upgrade to something a little more modern that has apps. One of the things we always do at the beginning is we collect a starting weight. So we'll see how accurate a Google search is, but put your guess in the comments below what you think it weighs. I'm gonna go with right around 4,000 pounds. Oh dear, I was off from what Google says. We've got 42 to 4,700 pounds. So let's see what this one is. All right, we are at 4,813 pounds. All right, looks like it's about 45, almost 46% rear, which means it's about 54% front heavy. Again, left to right, looks like it's spot on 50%. So that's what we got to work with. One thing I need some of your help on is this project needs a name. I can't quite put a finger on it, but you know, they've got like the Jeep Trackhawk, maybe something like that, E-Hawk. Eagle, I don't know. You guys will come up with something better. All right, well, that's the build. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, especially put in your project name suggestions. I'll be very anxious to see what they are. One other thing I wanted to ask is sometimes I've included, I'll call partial projects or things, and they haven't gone so well. I introduced my new puppy.
Ready?
Did some racing with Lucy Block at the Utah Motor Sports Park. And I got to drive one of their Sierra vehicles. It was an electric. Anyway, the reason for bringing this up, when I did some of these videos, they just don't track very well. So I thought that'd be cool to share. That video didn't do very well. The reason why I'm asking is I feel like I've got some cool stuff. I'll show you here. And you guys let me know if that's something you'd like to see on the channel. So I have someone local to me that asked me to do some scanning and maybe even some 3D printing. Do you guys recognize this door? It is from a famous supercar. So this is a door from an Enzo Ferrari. But they wanted me to scan it so we can do some 3D printing. They can replicate some of the features. And yes, it is damaged. It was recovered from an accident. Back here, we also have the rear hatch glass. So basically my task would be to scan and 3D print some things for this customer. But it's not a full build, it's just some scanning and 3D printing. So I'd like to know if that's something you guys would be interested in. I can document and put that on the channel as well. One other thing that's exciting by way of announcement, I was telling myself that I was not going to go to SEMA unless I got another build, because to me, if this was just going to be a short-lived company, I didn't want to invest in something like that. But because I've got another build, now's the time to go to SEMA. So I mentioned this previously, but the company Fuel to Electric has invited me to be in their booth. They've invited me to bring Watson, and that will be on display in their booth. So the booth number is 24821. So if you happen to be at SEMA, come check it out, come find me, say hi. All right, so this is a turning point. The MGA is successfully on its way to the customer. We got a new build, which is really exciting. Again, anxious to hear your project names. Also got some opportunities to share some other things with you. So thanks for tuning in. See you next time.